preview video. The Thursday night game is right here. The Cowboys versus the Giants. This one is a home one for the Giants, who, at 1-2, they've looked okay at times. The line is better. Neighbors is really good. Even Daniel Jones is able to get the ball to him. The Cowboys, they've shown their flashes, but they've also shown they cannot stop the run. The line is -5.5 for the Cowboys. Thursday night game, short week. Less time to prep. Should be an interesting one. I think the Cowboys are a good team. I've been believing in them, and they've been disappointing. And the Giants, if Singletary can run all over them, if that line is good enough for one more week, if Daniel Jones can get the ball to Malik, the Cowboys are in trouble. I'm surprised the line is actually at -5.5, and I may have some serious regrets about the choice I'm going to make, but I think the Giants steal this one at home. I think they do it. I think that defense, I think the D-line is going to be, I think they'll be a game changer for sure. I don't know. I feel like this is just a bad matchup for the Cowboys. I mean, I think they're overall the better team, but I think at home, short week, Giants are going to get the job done. I'm seriously going to regret this one. I already want to move on from it because I'm going to have what we call serious regrets. But I'm going with the Giants. I don't know. That's all I can say. Moving into Sunday. Another nice divisional matchup here. Saints versus the Falcons. This one should be pretty good. The Saints should probably be, the Falcons should probably be 0-3. The Saints, I don't know which Saints team's going to show up, but the offense wasn't quite there last week. The defense has been solid. The Falcons have just been a weird team. I really feel like they should be 0-3. They had no business winning that Eagles game. And this one's in Atlanta, so home one for the Falcons. But -2.5 line for the Falcons. I'm just not buying that. I think the Saints' offense they're going to get back to it. They're not going to drop 40. But I just haven't seen much from the Falcons' offense yet to feel good about them. So once again, I'm actually picking against the line on this one. This is just weird. I can't stop picking against the line, the spread, I mean. But I'm going with the Saints. I'm surprised the Falcons are favored in this one. I got the Saints. I think, they're not as bad as I had thought originally, but, they're not anything special either, but they got talent. They got some talent, and the Falcons, I really don't think the Falcons have put it together yet, unfortunately, but they'll be better. They might be better by the end of the season, but for this week, I got the Saints stealing the away game, so, yeah, so far, picking against the spread, and I don't know, we got this one as well. We got the Rams versus the Bears. It's in Chicago. -3 for the Bears. Oh boy. If the Bears defense wasn't as good as it was, I would probably lean Rams on this one. But Rams defense they struggled a bit. They've been okay. I think, they held I wouldn't say they held the 49ers to Juwan Jennings. He put up 3 touchdowns, but they got the job done against the Niners and got a crazy win. I don't think they do that here. I'm gonna pick with the spread on this one. -3 for the Bears. I got the Bears winning this one, even though I don't feel good about it because I don't think the offense has quite clicked yet. So this is a tough one. This is a tough one. Like I said, if the if the Bears defense wasn't as good as it was, or as it is, and a home match or a home game, I think it definitely gives the advantage to the Bears. And the Rams, they just got so many injuries. I mean, they're out their 2 best guys, but Kyron Williams, he's pretty good. So we'll see. Maybe he'll be able to handle. That's the thing. Bears have a good D line, so we'll see. But I got the Bears in that one. I think that makes sense. The next one is the Packers and the Vikings. Certainly an interesting matchup. If you told me before the season they would be meeting up and one would be 3-0, the other would be 2-1, I'd be like, oh wow, Vikings are 2-1. What a great start to the season for them, And then the Packers 3-0. I would feel pretty normal. They've been good, even with Malik Willis. They're playing to his strengths pretty well. I gotta say, he's able to run the ball and he can make certain throws, so he's been fine. He's been holding down the fort. So this one's in Green Bay, home one for the Packers. Packers -2.5. I can't even pick that either. I gotta go Vikings. Maybe this is the game where the Vikings come back down to earth, but their defense, they've been good. They've been solid. I think they can slow down Malik. I don't think they'll be able to run the ball as well, but we'll see. Yeah, I got the Vikings. I'm picking against the spread on this one. I think as long as if Justin Jefferson plays, I got the Vikings. That's all I can say. Up next, Steelers, Colts. Yeah, look at that beautiful helmet right there. I guess I'll switch it up, make it look a little better. There you go. Yes. Alright, in Indianapolis, -2 for the Steelers. Yeah, I like that one. The Colts. Oh man, this will be a good test for them. Steelers defense has been really good. The Colts defense they've been alright. But nothing special. And the Steelers, the offense, Justin Fields, he's not doing anything crazy. He hasn't had any crazy running games, but they're doing enough. They're doing enough. That's all you gotta do. You got a good defense. When you have a good defense, you lean on them. Offensive side, you just take care of the football and just get points when you can, and they've done that. They have done that, so I gotta stick with the Steelers here. I think it's crazy, but I think they're gonna be 4-0 after this week and steal this away game, so that should be an interesting one. But the Steelers defense they're very good. They are very good for sure. This is an interesting one. Broncos looked absolutely garbage the first 2 weeks. Last week, pretty good against the Buccaneers. Maybe the Buccaneers are frauds, but they got this Jets team here they've looked pretty solid, and this is a home one for the Jets. -7.5 is the line, so that's pretty steep, but I get it. I think the Jets offense is really clicking. Rodgers looks good, and the defense is also pretty solid, so I don't see the Broncos getting much done or stopping much either, so small chances to blow out. I don't think it'll be too bad though. Should be alright, but I don't think they'll blow them out, but they'll handle this win pretty easily, I think. Up next, still going over the 1 o'clock games, we have Eagles versus the Buccaneers. It's in Tampa. -2 for the Eagles. This is a playoff rematch from last year. And Buccaneers got that one. That was crazy. But the Eagles were imploding from the inside. I don't see that happening this year. Even the Eagles, no A.J. Brown. I think they'll be alright in this one. Definitely wouldn't be surprised if the Buccaneers took it, but I think that the Eagles should be fine here. Even without A.J. Barkley, he's been so good. I think they're going to continue to lean on him. And they still have Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert. Huge game last week. Buccaneers, maybe Baker has a good game. Godwin and Evans play well. That's what they lean on. That's what they've been leaning on. So there's always a chance that they can come through and destroy them. So I am worried about this pick, but I do think the Eagles will be able to snag that one. This should be interesting. The versus a Panthers team that looks completely different. This is at home for the Panthers. Minus 4.5 for the Bengals. The Bengals just got beat by the Commanders. But is it a surprise? I mean, the Bengals defense is awful. And Commanders offense has been pretty good. Jaden Daniels is playing pretty well. So, we'll see. But the Bengals defense is really bad. The Panthers offense almost looks kind of revamped with Andy Dalton out there. But it's crazy. I'm actually going with the Panthers on this one. The Bengals offense is solid. Yeah. Definitely believe that, but I don't think their defense could stop anybody. And I think Andy Dalton's gonna be. I don't know. This is tough. But I'm a sicko this week. I'm an absolute sicko. I got the Panthers. I think they're gonna continue where they picked up last week, and like I said, Bengals defense is awful, and I think the Panthers could certainly cook. I'm completely blanking on who the Panthers took out last week. I gotta see this. Raiders. Okay, yeah. I couldn't think of it, but yeah, I know that's not the toughest opponent, but neither is the Bengals defense. So we'll see what happens with that one. But hey, I had a horrible week last week, so I'm trying to I'm trying to think smarter. It may backfire. That may completely backfire, but that's why we do this. This is fun. This is always a good time. The last 1 o'clock game right here, Jaguars-Texans. You know, I love divisional matchups, but the Jaguars have been dreadful, and they just gave Trevor Lawrence so much money, and he's just not been good. He hasn't been good. He really, he's shown flashes his few years in the league, but I've really lost hope for him. He can still turn it around. He's still pretty young, but just feel like it's been the same thing over and over for him again. If he was on a stacked team, yeah, he'd probably be playing pretty well, but the Jaguars, I just don't like the Jaguars either. I don't think they have anything. They're in a weird spot. They're 0-3. They're going to be top 10 draft pick this year for sure. And I think the Titans, they're at home in this one. Divisional matchup, like we said. And -6 for the Texans. I got to go with the Texans. That's the right play for sure. Heading into the 4 o'clock games. The first one. This one should be a pretty good one. Commanders-Cardinals. Cardinals have shown they're going to be decent this year, but so have the Commanders. Commanders are 2-1. Offense looks really good. I know they just cooked the Bengals. I think they're going to put up pretty good points on the Cardinals as well. But the Commanders defense, not too strong. Not too strong yet. So I think the Cardinals are going to put up some points too. It's a home one for them. -3.5 for the Cardinals. I think this will be high scoring. And the Cardinals, I think Cardinals get this one in a shootout. Jaden Daniels, I think, will still play well. They'll continue they won't continue the streak. They'll probably have to punt at some point in this one. But, Cardinals defense isn't anything special either. So this one, this should be high scoring. So, you expect a high scoring game. So, yeah, it's probably going to be like 13-10 when it's all said and done. So, but we'll see. I think that'll be a good one just because of the offensive talent in that one. Oh boy, this is rough. I had a tiny bit of hope after the Bengals game. Maybe that was a mistake. The Bengals defense is terrible, and their offense did nothing when they played the Pats the first time. So we see now, what we knew all along. Pats offense can't get it done. The O-line's just not good. They don't have any skill guys. It's rough. The defense is good. We know that. The Niners have been shaky, but they've had some injuries on offense. What's the one guy? They have an injury on defense as well. They just lose somebody for the year. But they should be alright. That Rams loss, that shouldn't happen, but they're at home. this one. Home one against one of the worst teams in the league, probably. So, and I think Purdy's going to continue to play well, and he'll probably, I don't want to say he's going to cook the Pats, but, he's going to, he's going to play well. 49ers are going to win fairly easily in this one. Up next is the Browns versus the Raiders. Nobody wants to watch this one. Nobody. It's in Vegas. -2 for the Raiders. I don't like that. As bad as I think the Browns are, Watson has been terrible. The defense has not looked as great. Lost to the Giants the other week. I think they get this one, though. I do think they get this one. The Raiders, Minshew was not bad first 2 weeks maybe, but, they just don't have a lot of talent over there. They had Josh Jacobs. They lost him. Devontae Adams doesn't look the same this year. He looks checked out. But who knows? We'll see. But I got the Browns in this one. Raiders -2. I don't know about that one. I got the Browns. Even though I think my opinion of them from the beginning of the year has changed. I think they're worse than I thought. But I still think they can win this one. Chiefs Chargers. It should be a good one. Divisional matchup. Harbaugh, he's gonna want this one. I wonder if they're gonna be able to just pound the ball on the Chiefs, but the Chiefs defense has been good. They have been pretty good. That D-line has held up nicely. And on the offensive side, a lot of skilled position guys have stepped up, so it just, it's going pretty well for them, even with Kelsey not playing that well. But the Chargers, I want to pick them. I do. It's a home game for them, but Chiefs -7. I agree. I think the Chiefs are going to get this one, unfortunately. A 4-0 start. I don't like that, but that's where we're at this point. And we head into Sunday night right here. Bills versus the Ravens. Home one for the Ravens. It's in Maryland, -2.5 for the Ravens. They're 1-2. Nice win against the Cowboys last week, but this is a different beast. This Bills team, we weren't sure how they were going to look. Offense looks solid enough. Josh Allen, who's he going to throw to? Everybody. He's throwing to everybody. He's literally he's throwing the ball to everybody. So, and the defense they've been good as well. So, they're in a good spot. And I like what the Ravens have, but this is a Bills win. I'm calling a Bills win right here. I think they get this one as good as the Ravens are. They're just slower start to the year. They'll figure things out, but I think the Bills march on in Sunday night, get a nice dub. We have 2 Monday night games, and for those of you that don't know, they have 2 Monday night games so that they can put some kind of really bad matchup during this time, and that just happens to be the Titans and the Dolphins. They put these guys on first. Then when you realize how bad these teams are, you switch over to Seahawks-Lions that comes on at 8:15, and you watch that. But you might have to watch Will Levis for about a half hour or 45 minutes, unfortunately. And I don't even know what the Dolphins are going to put out there, but you're going to have to watch him as well. Both these teams, I'd say both these teams have no hope for this season. It's just, it's gotten weird. Dolphins just gave Tua all that money, same situation as Trevor. Another concussion. It just won't stop. And the Titans, it's just pretty clear Will Levis he's not the guy. He's going to be a decent backup for a bunch of years probably, but he's just not the guy. I think the Titans get this one. I'm surprised Dolphins -1.5 or -1. It's a home one for them, but I think the Titans get it. I think DeAndre Hopkins makes a few plays and that makes a difference, but it should be an okay game. I don't know. We'll see. But I got the Titans there, getting their first win of the year, even though they're pretty bad. And like I said, second game, Seahawks versus the Lions. Should be a good one. Seahawks are 3-0, pretty unexpected. Lions 2-1. This one's in Detroit. The line is -3.5 for the Lions. And it's interesting, you think the Lions are once again favorite to win this, but the Seahawks have randomly had their number lately. So I don't know. In Detroit as well, it's really weird. But that win streak against the Lions is probably going to end today. Not today, but on Monday. It's going to end because I'm picking the Seahawks. Alright, I'm cursing this whole thing. Seahawks, you guys are now cursed for Monday. The Lions are going to get this dub, even though the Seahawks have owned them the last few times. Sorry, Seahawks fans. I didn't want to, but I believe in you guys, so automatic loss. I apologize for that. I apologize. But yeah, this one should be good. This should be a good game. Seahawks are just solid across the board. Got Metcalf to make big plays. Lions, same thing, solid across the board. But Goff has been, I don't know. Yeah, I'd say Geno has been more solid than Goff this year, which I wouldn't have expected. But it's still early, and the Lions could easily win this one. But gotta go Seahawks. I think the Seahawks, kind of like the Steelers, just somehow get to 4-0. Got that new Legion of Boom happening back there. Once again, I don't know what it is, but yeah, crazy stuff. So there it is. That is the preview for this week, week 4 in the NFL.